ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. It is game 3. It is game 3, ladies and gentlemen. We're here live from Commbank Stadium. We've got the Blues and the Maroons. We've got some really cool stuff coming to you, and we're not too far away from some good as commentary. I want to no-clip myself. I'd avoid myself into the field a little bit. Really enough.
Hello, I'm with commentator. Very happy to be here. These matches I enjoy the most. And up the New South Wales Blues.
Yeah, that's cool. But really, in other words, I don't know what I'm doing, just no clipping and all that, but apparently the rooms are the sheds are somewhere along here. I don't know where yet.
Yeah, they're not there.
I'm trying to no clip myself to the sheds. I don't know where.
Yeah, I know where the sheds are.
Yeah, they are. I did get direct DMs. They are doing run. Oops. Wait.
Yeah, it's just right here.
Oh really? No, that's the main. That's the main entrance in the lab. But oh wait.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh wait.
Hold up,
there it is.
I'll
there
take
it is.
Yeah, there.
Do you need a teleport or?
I'll just have a no clip if that's alright.
Okay, no clip moves. Don't abuse that, mate. But in other words,
Thank you.
At the end, going to find that. I'm gonna no clip, and then we'll go inside the rooms now. Actually,
Yes, I will shed.
Yeah. So I do
Press
recognize the rooms and all that.
I can't jump for some reason. Could you just bring me real quick?
I think I know the field actually is scuffed. What is this called? Nebulous throw upstairs. This is the decider. Yeah, this is a decider. I was gonna go stream game 2, but I had to go somewhere just before that game started. In other words, it ended up being forfeited anyway. But in other words, really quickly, we'll go back outside the rooms. No, not that far back. On our logo, on the Vodoxo Sport logo. Ring.
Just tell them where the sheds are.
Yeah.
In
other words, we'll down the Vodoxo Sport logo for the entire big and run through our game predictions. Mustafa, who do you got winning today and why?
I have the news. Which team is what?
The Blues are the Blues. Queensland and the Maroons. You know what I'm saying?
They're like noobs or pros.
Oh, wait, what team is Adams on? No, pros are NSW, or is it New South Wales? Move to Queensland.
I feel like Queensland are gonna win.
I mean,
even though I'm a New South Wales supporter, I'm just saying right now, they have one of the best halfbacks right now.
Yeah.
Willard.
Yeah.
They have knockballs, which I find he's average, but he just needs to spread the ball out.
Yeah.
Man, really good player.
Yeah.
Tower, really good as well.
Yep.
And then let's just look at the Queensland.
Yep.
Oh no, actually New South Wales. Thing. YOLO, which I find he is actually gonna carry the New South Wales Blues after his last match. How he made a comeback.
Yep.
But we got Basher.
Yep.
Isaac.
Yep. Right, well,
EA 9. We got Levi, which I feel like he should have been in the starting lineup.
Yep.
Bands.
Yep.
Jason,
Yep.
and the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Cool.
And I find that even though the New South Wales Blues have really good players, I feel like um
Go on.
Willard and Ant-Man and Cosplotty and H2, they're all gonna stand up for the Queensland Maroons.
Yeah, that's understandable, as in terms of my predictions, I reckon we could be in for another close game. Game one that got played last month at Suncorp. Went down to the wire, but New South Wales barely got over the line. And then in game two, they ended up forfeiting to the Maroons. That was the game that got played in Perth. I think the Blues could possibly get up today, more so at the home ground advantage. Unfortunately, sucks that we're not at a core this season. That ground, as we speak, a core is still getting redeveloped or refurbished or how's the word, renovated, whatnot. But in other words, despite New South Wales, they'll probably want to look back from game two, realise, look at some of their mistakes. I reckon they have enough composure to probably prove another win. Who knows? Yet. Also coming in, regarding game two, one of my Vodoxo sports partners, yeah, I'll let that wait, but yeah, hello Shay. Well, that was Bay Harbour who was there, and then he just randomly disappeared, but in other words, regarding game two, what I was going to say was, I want to apologise for not being able to I do want to very quickly apologise for cutting the game two stream short. There you go. We ended up seeing like Uncle Kenny outside. I spilled milk and all that. It's why I was
And
able to.
also the guy that was hosting the stream,
Yeah.
they were actually they did not know how to stream like the game, which
Yeah.
I find that it's alright because they're new with the streaming.
Yeah.
But we just missed the game. But I
Yeah.
did get to commentate on the TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, I was at least game two wasn't like all that dramatic and all that. Like New South Wales forfeited. In other words, Taj have the lead. I'm not too sure what's going on. There may be another night, like a 9. Give us a minute. Actually, well, yeah, so to another perspectives, you got 62 seconds. There's a 60-second timer. I don't know what for. Wait. I don't know, I didn't like go do something very quickly, but is this like countdown for running it or what?
Do you want to do an interview?
An interview. We could probably like get an interview right now.
Yeah, let's get YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO. Oh, YOLO. Wait, where is he? Oh, that was
Oh,
just
see, ready.
YOLO. Hey, YOLO. YOLO. Oh, go check. YOLO, check ARL Jet. YOLO, tell him to like check ARL General. I'll ping him so we can like VC him. I already have him added. Add. So I can add you to see. Yeah.
No. It's YOLO.
No, I actually already do have YOLO added. I'll add YOLO to this VC right now. Yeah, give us a minute. Oh, go to the other VC. Okay, so we got YOLO. Accept.
Hello boys, let's make it quick. Make it quick, boys.
YOLO, how are you feeling? How are you feeling tonight?
You know, got the big call up today, boys. You know, coming off consecutive men of the matches. You know, I think my skill set really will be applied today. I think I can make a difference.
Yeah, that's good for you. So heading off from game two, what does the side want to like take in comparison?
I think we just
So,
gotta not ball chase a bit more. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Bit of ball chasing going on.
yeah, that's cool. You're at home. It's good enough to be back home as well too. Unfortunately, they were not able to call this season, but still, you get to play in Sydney, in front of home crowd. Really, are you gonna really use your knowledge of this ground in particular, to help the team out with what, progression or movement, whatnot?
Yeah, there's still a bit of a divot in the hole on the 20-meter line from I tackled my mate Steve back in '09, so yeah, we're gonna use that to our advantage. Hopefully, get a good bounces. You know.
Yeah.
YOLO, here, the side commentator. How do you feel about your match against the Bears? I think.
You're talking about the PNG Hunters.
Yeah, PNG Hunters. My bad.
Yeah,
How
I
do you feel
think
about the win, them, and
I
how
think
you
I applied
clutched
my
up?
skill set very well. You know, I took
Yeah.
some leadership. You know, and I got the result we wanted, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Also, how do you feel about playing Origin and your FFL game 2?
You know, I think you know, I think we can improve on that, and I think we can move to win. All right, boys. So,
I just got kicked.
all right, I'm gonna go back to the other VC.
Yeah, alright, good on you, mate. We'll see you around. Hold on. Hey, give us a minute,
I just got kicked. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm saying that right now. And okay. No, don't worry, I'm teaming you right now. Alright, you're good.
It's just a misunderstanding. Sorry.
No, I've just gone ahead and alerted them so you don't get kicked again by accident. Otherwise, we'll add you. Alright,
So New South Wales Blues are kicking off.
yeah, that should be. Hold on. Alright, well, in other words, we got a 60-second countdown. We're going into the stand.
And my brother's not here, so it's gonna be good.
Oh, I can't even jump. Hang on.
I know. It'll just jump for some reason.
Just had to move ourselves up to the front row seats of Commbank Stadium. Real like broadcast type seating. We've got 5 people in chat. Numbers should be dropping up a little bit more as we approach really as we approach this game. In other words, Mustafa, once we add it, my dear friend, you got any more final words before kickoff?
Yeah, I'm just saying that the New South Wales Blues, they actually do have a big chance because they have really good players. The whole entire team is actually really good. Unlike the Queensland Maroons, only having
what?
Four good people that's gonna clutch up for them.
Yeah.
And I feel like if the whole team just communicates each other for like both teams, this will be a very close game.
That's pretty understandable too. In other words, we got 1 minute to go until we hit the count. We got 1 minute to go until we start for Origin. In other words, I don't have anything else to say, but a lot is on the line. History is on the line too. I'll have a look at some of the past for statistics, whatnot. One announcement. I know who you're watching. I go you're watching stable live stream. In other words, rep fixtures, rep results. Yeah, in other words, 20 seconds ago, you heard the words again from the ARL Discord. People have got to watch from either TikTok or with the Vodoxo Sport live stream, whatnot. Other words, 10 seconds is underway. 10 seconds. Here we go. 5 seconds. We are officially underway. Coming to you live.
They just scored a pause.
No more pauses until 23 minutes. Okay, do you got anything else to say, Mustafa? Because this is like really awkwardly dragging it on.
Yeah, this is very long. I'm just
Yeah,
also gonna say the stats are pretty high, as I
yeah,
have been watching a few
yeah,
times.
yeah.
Um, first,
Yeah, they,
Evolog, aka Willard.
yeah,
This guy has been being so good for the Perth Bears. 4 tries,
yeah,
and it isn't relevant to Origin, but I just have to say, Squid has been released from
yeah,
the Canberra Raiders and is now
yeah,
in the Broncos, which I find that he deserves the release because
yeah.
he's in a bad
Well,
team.
yeah. Also, no, I
The
just
defense,
realised, Bay Harbour Butcher, Ty Shepley, that's actually almost Sinkara. I think that's what I remember his nickname being, Sinkara. Correct me if I'm wrong, but,
awesome.
or Sin, whatever works. I prefer Sinkara, but in other words,
All
we're
I
not
gotta
too far away. Countdown is ticking. 25 seconds. The first kick of this ball match will be played. As soon as that countdown ends, looking at the team list, we have 12 people in chat right now, but look at the team list. We got Kafang, Yolo, Joey, Basher, Isaac, EA9, Levi Stars, Bands, Jazz, Jamie, Rodri, and said on the New South Wales Blues teams compared to all these other people I don't have time to announce on the Queensland team, whatnot. Here we go. Another
What
auto
a city.
countdown goes. We've got another 30 seconds. Apologise for the delay, but on Queensland's team we got H2UY, Linky, Co, Cowabungas, Chase, Ant-Man, Knockables, Tui, and Willard. I wasn't even lagging, but okay, that's the team we have for the Maroons. Tell people in chat, like up the stream,
All,
subscribe
all I
to
gotta
Vodoxo
say,
Sport.
all I gotta say is this
Yep.
will be heated.
And we are on the way here at Commbank Stadium for Game 3 of ARL Say of Origin, as Tui, with the first possession of the game, is heavily flagged
Jackal
himself.
isn't working.
Jesus Christ. Well, Tui, that is some very early controversy going on at the very start of the game. Tui's lag mechanics are broken. What the fuck? If you don't want...
It's broken.
Okay, well...
You guys, I'm so sorry about this. We just have to redo. If we could, one.
Hold on, don't go anywhere. We apologise for the sudden disruption to the viewers watching the stream, but please do not go anywhere. The game is just very glitchy right now, but if you're watching stream, please do not go anywhere. We're gonna try to rejoin the server back right now. Time to rejoin. Mustafa, use the exact same link that I gave you.
Alright. That was really funny. First touch broke the game.
Yeah.
Wait, so I have a question. Did HXZ leave? So there's no one going to stream except you, and me. So
Game 6 says, bro, that wasn't me. The game got shut down.
I know.
Alright, let me commentate, please, corner. You have to go to the ARL Discord, and then there should be an application server links. Alright, well, we do apologise for the sudden delay, but we asked us is asking for a teleport. I don't know why me particularly, but other words, we're back. Well, we apologise for the sudden delay. Listen in chat says, let me help commentate. You have to check, you have to go to go to the ARL Discord server, go to the Vodoxo Sport Media channel, and there should be some application forms linked. Hope you knew that I was there. Come on, mate. I'm not just gonna go out and bring people up, bring whoever commentates. You gotta like actually apply for it. Just saying.
And make sure not to lie, because if you lie, you get in big trouble, and you can't even think about trying out for anything.
Yeah.
So just make sure to tell the truth when you're applicating, and yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna click Mimu stuff. I'll bring you up to our premium seats right now. Another 40
They didn't get the logo.
Yes I did. The
No, the
field artworks.
Vodoxo.
The field artworks there. Listen, you're not going making GC. Just you. Like, you even a Discord or not? Like, bands never been impressed by the RFA before. Well, other words, we do apologise to the 18 viewers in chat for the weird ass start we had to the game. Hopefully it's not that glitched anymore, but another 3-second countdown goes on. The one that passed in it, whatever. Listen, bro, apply.
All I will say
You
is that
actually
this
apply.
will
Don't beg. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere in life if you're gonna like brag and beg for shit. But in other words, hopefully we actually go smooth sailing this time. People are still being brought onto the field. Other words, we're finally underway. Commbank Stadium, State of Origin Game 3. We're underway as Willard gets the first possession of the match for the Maroons. Some good dodgings he had early on, but the Blues get some early pressure on. Tui goes back to Willard, just above the Vodoxo Sport logo, where Sankara lays a good tackle on Willard. Willard goes to Tui across the field. That is, actually, why is it? No, that was someone on camera. That's Chase. No, that's Ant-Man. Whatever. Willard. Some good run he's making across the halfway field. He gets barely tackled from the 40. Knockables brings it off to Tui. They go short just below our logo. And New South Wales intercept from 20. Really good run we see from Sankara. He manages to keep it at 30. Across the field it goes. And Knockables intercepts. Disaster already for the Blues. They can't have it start like that. Otherwise, Willard goes to Tui. He gets held up. Good pressure from Sankara. Go on.
That was an accident from that intercept. Oh, yeah. Knockables.
Knockables almost had it. 4 from 10 for the Maroons. Here's Tui. He's within gettable range to this other great guy. And New South Wales fumble a catch. They kick it back up towards the invisible wall. And it goes straight into the hands of Ant-Man as the Maroons just immediately take it on again. They almost scored there, but has some good defending pretty early on from Sankara. Willard has to bring it back to 10. Nebulous Roblox is under my application. I'll check after this play, really. On the way, let's get it again. Short, look at this. They almost broke through. Really good Blues defending. That was almost a bit of energy taken from Knockables. Tui takes the second, trying to get past whoever this is in the helmet. And there we go. Doesn't take long for the Maroons to make immediate impact. It is Kurt Coe that comes in, does his little dance. And away from home, the Maroons, they have got the first try of Game 3. Where do I get the application from?
That was really good. Well, this is a really good play as they just step it and like not.
They want to fucking PPT them all. They want to postpone. Like, they've already played one game.
You can't do that.
We don't want Sivey to speak, please soon out. It's decided all.
If he leaves, it's in FSL. Agreed.
Just play. We missing guessing.
Oh, they're missing animation. Well, last game they didn't have Adam, and Adam in glory.
Words.
Conversion.
Queensland off camera. They did convert another try. Now, mate, listen. Go to the Vodoxo Sport Media channel in the Discord server. ARL Discord. Go to the media channel we have. There is links to application forms.
As I'm just watching the stream.
Yeah. Wait. In other words, got 20 concurrent people in chat. Next abuse is awarding more reward. We got 20 people in chat. I mean, expected as. I mean, created to be blocked from entering the Commbank Stadium stands as such. So this is really everyone's only source of knowing what's actually going on, whatnot. But
I'm gonna join back.
Play just about to restart again. It's gonna be Sankara that is kicking towards 50, and we are underway. Up it goes short to 10. Willard takes it from the 10 and immediately passes it back off to 2.
I can't see game.
Check ball cam.
Just unlock the game. That's all.
Are you?
No, I left. That's why, and they locked the server.
Hold on, give us a minute.
No, it's alright. I'll just watch the stream for now.
Oh my god, the Blues have intercepted. In other words, that's disaster for Queensland, and Sankara gets it from 20. They could be on the verge of immediately responding here. Okay. I'll just send that message out. 22 in chat. Sankara goes across the field to YOLO, and man, we got an interview with that man earlier on. Back it goes across the field, and Tui comes in. Instant karma comes in and intercepts from the Maroons. He makes a good run, still going, has space to clear. He might be actually, if he gets all the way. Oh my god! Tui from all the way across the field has scored from nowhere for the Maroons. Can you believe that? 1 second it looks like the Blues have had a chance at a response, and then Tui shuts it down completely, scoring an insane 90-meter try from nowhere. And
the Blues born 10, no try.
What?
Oh.
What?
They caught he was an offside.
Offside? What? You joking me? What?
And also that was a bit too much stamina. He had way too much stamina.
They've called an offside for 10. They've called that offside. They've fucking called that offside. That... Yeah, well, that's just... That is just fucking ruined.
I'm not gonna say that...
That is just fucking ruined the clip for the ages. Listen, I'll do it so I can't join. I've commentated for Ancient Origin. In other words, the Blues, they do get lucky to regain the session. Yeah, listen, mate, you actually have to go in detail with your commentary applications. Just don't, like I said, don't do one sentence answers just to get in and all that. Like,
yeah, you can't rush it. That's 10, I think, yeah.
Okay, in other words, Sankara goes, restarts from 20. He manages to fend off Willard, and he goes through. There we go. After that controversy we were going to just like a minute ago, the Blues, they get the response they were needing, and Sankara has brought the Blues back into this game. And his
this is what I'm
ruled the initial conversion.
This is what I'm talking about.
We're tied up again.
This is what I'm talking about. The New South Wales Blues, they're really good. They have actually, they're really good. They put pressure on Willard or like the good people, and that will just win them the games.
Yeah. Well, in other words, listen, if you're really wanting to redo your application, I've just deleted it for you now. Go ahead and do it. But in other words, We've got 26 people in chat. That's a new Vodoxo Sport record. Thanks to every single one of you for joining up the stream. Let's keep it up let's keep it that way. Hope to get towards 30, so keep inviting your friends to the Vodoxo Sport live stream. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. We're not too far away from restarting play here at Commbank Stadium. It's tied up and we're still in for some very good passage of footy. Tui, he's going to be coming in from the 50, facing towards where we are just about. Otherwise, Mustafa's back in. Alright, cool. I'll bring you right now. Alright, Mustafa, welcome back to the stands, mate. Alright, play gets restarted and the Blues regain the session, going just past the Vodoxo Sport logo. Underway again, back across the field, Sankara goes, passes towards 30, good passage, alright, look at chat,
such good leaders there.
Good run mate, Sankara goes, has to come back, Joey can't run further, Joey goes back to Sankara, he gets held up at 45 out, we just dropped to 20, that's a little sad. I mean, ARL TikTok just went live now, so hopefully some people haven't left to go do that. Away Sankara sends it up to 10 and Queensland intercept with Willard regaining possession at the 10. Willard gets held up. Off it goes across the field to Tui. Tui, he's got a good run. He manages to get past the Maroons logo. Tui loses stamina and gets held up from second. Back we go across the field. That is Knockables who gets held up. We go back on the way. Short. Tui's just going for the kick right away. It rolls, and the Blues regain possession at 10. On the way again. That is a good run, not really a run from Joey. Knockable shuts it down.
Yeah, he didn't pass.
Sankara goes. Okay, we've got some good
Yeah, he didn't pass up there. And that would have been a set.
Back it goes. Here is Sankara. Just above the Vodoxo Sport logo. Kicks it towards 50. It rolls back to 30. Willard intercepts from the Maroons. They go back. There's a good tackle late there from that Blues player. And it goes Tui. Want to make some more composure. Sends it off to Knockables. He gets held up at 45. Tui keeps on going across the field to Knockables. Almost has a good run. Good stoppage there from Yolo. And it goes. Here's Tui. Goes to the short dribble. It sits and hits the invisible wall.
20.
And the Blues will regain possession from 20.
Yeah, that was a bad kick. You could. I wouldn't mind a grabber, but that was too deep.
Yeah, pretty cool.
As a 0.
But in other words, there is Sankara who just behind the Blues logo gets held up. Good defensive pressure from Knockables. This is Joey. Is it? I don't know, I'm forgetting everyone, but that is Joey. But back to Sankara we go. Alright, well, hold on, would you please? Is there some whatever? That is Ant-Man who intercepts. Let's get it again. Willard gets held up. We're on the way again. Okay, Leaky, good possession he's getting. It's got to go back to Yon, who gives it back off to Tui. Short, almost intercepted, but Knockables catches it just in time.
Penalty.
Yeah, and
penalty board.
The referee has called a bounced off knock, so it's going to be a penalty going in favour of the Blues. They kick it towards 30, just below the Vodoxo Sport logo. And like this one goes. I think experience coming down. Yeah. Alright, listen. We're in the middle of the game. I know, but okay, listen, I'll tell you what, if you can watch this stream and write up a at least good enough match report, well, it's a knock on either way, but listen, if you can write a detailed match report of this game you're seeing right now, I'll hire you for the, I'll let you be a permanent Vodoxo Sport member, alright? In other words,
you can do it, listen.
Joey goes, he's got to go back to Sankara. Good pressure we're seeing right away from the Maroons. And it goes again. Here is Joey. Can't get past the Knockables right away. We drop to 16. Underway, look at this thing coming, no
Oh,
pressure, just found the gap and broke through. And the Blues, the first time tonight, they've gone themselves the lead.
yes, see, this is what I'm talking about. The New South Wales Blues are actually playing really good. They know what
I
they're
know they
doing,
probably ought to
and
pull
they're
off
actually,
something. That is
and
a
the main
much better
kickers as
response.
well.
That is a much better response than what we initially saw from them. They didn't make up for that fumble they had early in the game after conceding to Queensland. They've got the last 2 tries of this match, and they're back in it with a lot of momentum. The Blues, but in other words, comparing that, Queensland, it's not looking really good. It's not really looking good for Queensland as such right now. Otherwise they go straight up the middle of the year, and they do have knockables regaining possession, whatnot. Back to Tui it goes out the middle. Willard gets held up. Across the field it goes to Tui. Underway, Tui gets held up at 20. I know the right game. Yeah, listen, what I meant was that go watch the stream in full. Basically, I want you to write a match report of this game, like a big match summary, whatnot. Other words, it goes up into the air, and the Blues intercepts. Good defensive pressure laid from Yolo. It goes back out across the field. Good defensive pressure laid from Knockables, whatnot. Knockables, another strong tackle laid onto Yolo. Back to Sinkara it goes. He's got Joey, but he instead gets held up by Tui. And it goes. Here is Joey. Runs past 30. Can't get past Knockables. They take 5th and 40. Sinkara just sends it up past our logo. And it hits the invisible wall at 15. And the referee calls that on the full. Yeah, so in other words, I noticed that we've dropped to like 15 people in chat after a peak of 26. Yeah, so ARL TikTok just went live and all that. Hence why we've lost some viewers. They've got like 2.6k TikTok viewers too. Okay, well that's just some playing fun. Yes, we're not doing all that. I was just seeing their other TikTok posts and all that, but yeah, in other words, we going all starting to play very soon and all that. I can't think of stuff on the say on the spot and all that, but Queensland, they've applied some good pressure and all that. It's just that they can't let them. They just have moments so far in this game where they've just been somehow letting opponents slip through and all that. Apparently there is some controversy going on regarding there's some controversy and all that. I think one of the teams may have called a captain's challenge. We don't know what for. Clock initially went. The Blues of New South Wales, as it speaks, there's some stuff going on. There's a bit of calls going on that's not really in their favour as such. In other words, basically they're taking it to one of the private PCs they've got to review it. In other words, I can't understand like the weird ass grammar you're using, but in other words, I don't know what is really going on as such. Like, I've been paying attention, so I don't know what they're reviewing. I'll try and use RL TikTok, to get a better understanding.
The game will be continued once New South Wales complete their captain's challenge.
Yeah, from what we've heard.
Unsuccessful though, it'd be very bad for New South Wales to lose it at the start of the game this early.
But in other words, from what we are hearing right now, New South Wales appeal for a captain's challenge, and they do get a redo paid in their favour. As for their result for the Blues, as such, we restart play, and they send it straight up immediately towards 10, only for the Maroons to immediately intercept. So he goes back across the field. Good composure we're seeing from the Maroons. Ant-Man gets held up at 30. I'm just right beside their logo. Goes out across, and Knockables gets held up. Yeah, I think one of the that sort of stuff. Other words, Willard goes underway again. And the sticks again has been painted in favour of the Maroons. That should be helpful as Tui goes. Yeah. Okay. In other words, I'm just gonna quickly type a chat, but the Maroons, they take 4 from 30. I think that's H2 who gets it back off the Tui. Good pressure from Sinkara. They have to take their 5th smartly here, the Maroons. Knockables doesn't do it very well as the Blues immediately regain possession from 10. Otherwise, we've dropped down to 13. That's a little bit bad. Whatever. It seems we're busy in the score for more than 3 minutes. Oh wait, did I accidentally drop out? Did I drop out of call or what?
No, I left.
Oh, right. Wait, are you still in game?
Yeah, I'm still in game.
Whatever. Joey, he sends it up towards 30 and Willard intercepts
Yeah, my bad. I
the
couldn't
Maroons.
commentate for
Gets
that
held
because I
up,
could.
throw away. Good defensive pressure. We're seeing from both sides. Tui gets held up. Right away, underway. Knockables goes. He's wanting to take it from 50. And it goes. Yon. Oh, that's Ko. Ko is held up. Back it goes. Underway. Knockable gets held up. 4 from 40. Tui sends it straight up. And Blues intercept right on our logo right there. And also, make sure to like and subscribe. Like up the stream as well. And again, on the way, Joey gets it back off. This is Rodri. Rodri gets held up. Back he goes across the field. Where's this going? Sin gets held up right below the Blues logo. Rodri goes. Good defensive pressure from Knockables that is being laid. Back it goes. Here is Sid. He sends it up towards the 20 and Willard intercepts. Same play as normal. It's just that Maroons, they are doing all they can to just find any sort of momentum shift to get past that line all the way over there. On the way it goes again. Good defensive pressure laid from Rodri against H2. I should have H2 with the great editor and all that. Tui sends it straight up. It sits towards 30. It rolls.
Oh, bad bounce.
Not a good bounce. You heard that well from Mustafa, but it is, in other words, that is Levi Stars who intercepts. Away it goes across the field. This is Joey. Yolo gets held up. Really good pressure being laid from I couldn't figure his name immediately.
Good ball.
Good momentum we're seeing from the Blues. Yolo back to Gafang. Kira Sinkara. Koi with another good tackle. Can you ever do better angles? I wish I could, but if I'm zooming all the way out, you're not going to see all the play off here. Whatnot. Okay, here's Levi. Levi runs to 20, but as I was saying, I don't have free cam at all, so I can't do professional camera angles like Audi and I normally does. Okay, wow, that is a good try from Yolos. Queensland don't seem too amused with it. Yolo, he just leaps straight into the air, and he's scored himself. Oh, he's got the Blues another big try as we reach the second half, as we reach the halfway point of the first half.
Yeah, that's beautiful there from the New South Wales Blues. Just using another advantage with the kicking and the catching, as Yolo actually called it as he's meant to be a kicker.
Yeah,
I find that the New South Wales Blues, they're just focusing on the momentum, the possession instead of the tries. But they want to get tries so then they could win. And they deserve the win after a terrible loss from last game. FFL, Adam and Glory didn't come.
Yeah, you're saying that very well.
So then they could win.
But in other words, we start again. Queensland just send it straight up towards the walls, and they do manage to get it off right. No, New South Wales appeal for an out. Referee calls for a PG. So basically, it's short. If the kick has to be retaken, and Knockables does get it off that time. The Knockables did get it off that time. This would be helpful. Logan, can you give us send-backs to centre in chat? Would be nice. Knockables, okay. They almost broke through there. The Maroons, good pressure laid. Willard just takes it right off from Tui. They go back to HTUY. Yellow holds up Willard at the 10. Queensland looking for a desperate response now. Here is well, they get this again. The Maroons, that's helpful. That was Ko, his name I just forgot. Back it goes. Knockables gets held up by Sin. They still got. Yeah, still do have some real chances here. And it goes almost intercepted. Knockables barely saving it for the Maroons. And it goes. Can Tui break through? No! Blues fumble.
Levi!
And we're getting a scrum at 10. Could have been intercepted easily, but the Blues just dropped a big ass catch they could have taken, and Tui sets it off to Willard, and Ko comes here to score his second try of the half for the Maroons, and that is a must-have try they needed. Look at Tyraz happily celebrating in the background. They're both celebrating together. Look at him and fucking hell. Look at him and Linky go. Other words, Queensland, they finally get the try they were looking for. In other words, Corey missed the initial conversion, so Queensland will get someone else taking it for him. Yeah, so, in other words, it's going to be Tui that is taking this conversion as we approach the 10-minute mark of the first half. He comes
that was beautiful
angle, straight through the middle, and it's back to 6 points.
That was beautiful from the Queensland Maroons.
Yeah.
Just using advantage, as a lot of teams do, which is common.
Yeah.
But the New South Wales Blues, they need to continue the momentum they had when they scored their last 2 tries.
Yep. That's all said. Really, in other words, yeah, again, okay, cool. Let's get it. So Sankara just boots it back up. Players resumed. 10 minutes to go in half one as Willard starts possession off by giving it off to Tui. It's out of at the 20, right below our logo. Off it goes again. There is not the ball's going. Gets held up on our logo. There it goes. And Tui runs fast 30. Look at that. Good pressure held from H2. Gets held up. That was Chase. No, that's not Chase. Whatever. Tui gets the kick off towards 20. It rolls. Do they let it sit the Blues? It falls short and doesn't reach the line. So Levi's going to take it from 10. He goes. Running. Trying to run and all that. Gets held up. 9 minutes 14 through the first. Back at it goes. Underway. Sky gets... Oh, that's Sin, my bad. Sin gets it up at the 20, and it goes, okay, good pressure we're seeing from the Blues. Almost intercepted, but look at this. St. Bands is out with a run. He's going, well, that's Marco, my bad, but he gets all the way to 20. Back it goes, here is Sin. Sin gets held up at the 4th, the Blues. It'll be disaster for Queensland if the Blues are to immediately respawn here. They do get it at the 10th from 5th. Sin sends it straight up, a low short kick, and they do get another try. It's going to be disallowed as the referee has called that it is in there. It is an in there try, so it will be discounted. Queensland got a little lucky there, so basically Maroons, they'll regain possession from 10. Got 8:28 to go. Game 3 at Commbank Stadium. This is a Vodoxo Sport with live commentary. Make sure to like up the stream and subscribe to Vodoxo Sport for more ARL streams. we've got a lot planned for finals. So hope to not miss. We've got a lot planned for finals. So hope to not miss any of the streams we got planned. In other words, and the way again, Willard takes it off straight to Ko, who gets held up below 20. And it goes Willard back to Tui. That is H2 who gets held up. Some good defensive pressure we see from the Blues. Knockables out to Willard. Gets held up at the 30. Goes back. Ko. Knockables. How far does he go? Gets held up. Good defensive pressure we see from the Blues. Back out it goes. Here's Willard. He's taking it on. Back to Tui. He's got a bit of a run. No. Willard gets stopped. 5th from 50. What's Tui gonna do? He just bombs it. It goes towards 10, and we get held up, ready to start again. On the way, this guy is going okay. Levi, good to YOLO, who gets held up at 40. Good momentum we saw just then for the Blues. Held up again was this guy, that's Sin, goes across the field, and 2 intercepts for the Maroons. That was the bit of play they were looking for, and this would be helpful as to get back into the game, whatnot. And it goes, here is Tui, runs up to 40.
I'm not disabled. I left again, my bad.
After this play.
Right. What's happening right now?
Okay, in other words, Knockables takes it from 20. Tui gets it from 20. Tui is going, he's running, he's made it. Another good passage of play from Tui. He finally finds himself the space that the Maroons needed. And Tui has got himself another must-needed try for the Maroons. Shouldn't have much help with the conversion. Directly in front. Going to come in. Yeah, the Maroons players, they do get around him. I'm sure that they're yeah, I'm sure they do get a little. I'm not too sure what's going on, but I think Tui was glitching just before, so yeah, Tui was glitching just before, so alright. Alright, welcome back to the premium seats. Alright, in other words, Tui is going to be taking this conversion on a bit of a tighter angle from 20 out.
Let me guess, it was an intercept.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really an intercept, but Tui just looks a good play.
Oh!
Couldn't get it off that time. Tui misses the kick. Unfortunate. And the Blues, they do retain their lead by 2 points.
Welcome back.
Alright, well, let's just get on with the game. Otherwise, we did cop a lot just now. Mustafa just did cop a lot. No, it's fucking not Mustafa. Tui did just cop a lot from missing that try. Yeah, see, that really is the pressure with being in state of origin. You know what I'm saying? A lot is at stake. Otherwise, Willard gets it off again. The Maroons would definitely be looking for a penalty is being taken for New South Wales here. A shocking turn of defence. They send it to 10. And now it's looking even worse actually right now for the Maroons. Tell you what, Yellow's taking it from 10. And let's it again. Yellow takes it from 10. Maroons, they got to be smart with their defending. We get a tackle of 1. Sin Cara's going to send it back. He takes it off. Sin Cara goes. Does he find the space? Knockables gets some good pressure on. Has to come back. Joey just takes it back to Sin Cara. Almost got laid, but good defensive pressure from Linky. Back to Sin Cara it goes. Knockables just holding it in there with all his might. Comes back to the 10. Levi takes it off again. Here is Sin Cara. Sin Cara goes. Good tackle from Knockables. They have to hold in for this last play here, the Queensland Maroons. And it goes Sin Cara. Decides to boot it straight up. It's a 50-50 toss. And Queensland fumble. Queensland fumble. We're going to be getting a dropout kick. It's not the result they were hoping for, the Maroons. All it does is really just keep the Blues really further away from their try zone. Out. Okay, good for run from Rodri. He gets to 25. Underway, short. There's another good run from Sankara. Back it goes. Here's Rodri. Rodri gets held up by Willard. 15 metres out. Underway. Here is Joey. No, that's fucking... That might actually be. Who knows? That's Joey. Yeah, it is. My bad.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's got to come back to 10. Sankara goes. Here we go. Big play is needed here. Kick is low and Knockables intercepts it. He runs, he's still going. Knockables, but gets held up at 30. They got really lucky that time, the Maroons, not to concede. And knowing that there's no lot of time left with 21 minutes gone in this game, short it goes. Willard got tackled, so the ball has to come back. Willard's just taking it off right away, and Maroons do get 6 again. Oh my god, Tui has a bit of a run to take. They could be taking the 6 again in their advantage. Back to Knockables it goes, he gets held up. 30 from second, underway, Tui goes, trying to get to 20, gets held up just before the Blues could intercept. Tui is seemingly just taking it as it is. It's a tight foot race, but doesn't get it off. And referee calls a dropout kick. Got unlucky that time, the Maroons. They're lucky enough to regain possession from 40. Willard takes it. They go immediately to Tui, then to H2. Back across to Willard. He gets held up at the 30. We've got 3.5 minutes to play. Knockables to H2. Okay, across the field we go. Gets held up. Really well played there from the Maroons. Willard goes to 20. Back to H2. Look at this. Look at this. And man in space. And they go back to H2. I sure it's H2UI. Let's check his avatar. Yep, that's in. H2UI comes in. Breasts through when he needed to. And he's got himself finally another try from the Maroons. And they've got themselves the lead back. A massive try that they need, the Maroons. They finally were searching for it and they've got it. Yeah, in other words, referee has called for a busy.
That was good for the Maroons. They're actually being really good.
Yeah.
Trying to
So Tui comes in.
What
directly in front. Shouldn't have problems with the kick. It curves. It doesn't curve enough for it to shank. It is Tui manages to actually convert that time, and Queensland do lead by 4 points.
Yeah, the Queensland Maroons, they're doing really good trying to figure out what the New South Wales Blues are trying to do. But will the New South Wales Blues do the same to the Queensland Maroons second half?
Oh, you better find out. You better find out soon, eh? Guess we better find out soon. You know what I'm saying? In other words, ready to start again. Sankara's going to take the dropout kick. 30-second timer is going. I suppose a bit of pause and play. It's that bad. We're okay. It's actually getting that bad, but it's causing us to lose a couple of viewers. Let's just go on with it again. You know what I'm saying? 9-4. We're finally restarting play again. Sankara goes, sets it up towards 20. Maroons look to regain possession. They do. Up towards 10. Across the field. Tui gets held up at 20. The Blues, all they can really do is hope that it doesn't go past really beyond 40, whatnot. It goes again. Tui gets held up again at 25 out. Yeah, great response we've seen from the Maroons. Late in this second half, got a couple of tries they were searching for, made up for all the mistakes. H2 gets out at 50, and it goes. Tui just sent it up below the Vodoxo Sport logo as Levi Stars intercepts. We start again, and Levi gets held up at 30. Back to Yolo, back to Sin, it goes. Sin takes one jump and gets held up by Knockables. Off it goes. We just let it sit. Good run we're seeing. Levi almost had it. H2UI have a really good defensive tackle. And it goes. Joey can run a little more. Sankara can't. but they do get 6 again. The Blues are going to take it to their advantage as we reach the 2-minute mark. Yolo gets held up by Co. Yolo goes back across the field to Joey, right on our logo. Off it goes. Good tackle late from Willard, but they are definitely pushing for the Blues. Sin goes. He looks held up by H2 wide. They take third from 20, and it goes. There is Joey across the field to Sid Kara, but looks to push to 10. Good tackle from Knockables, and it goes. They're letting Rodri take it. He doesn't get all the way. A minute and a half. Big decision for Sakara to make. 50-50 toss, and Tui intercepts for the Maroons. Runs all the way up to 40. Yeah, good defensive pressure there from the Maroons. That could be the last time this half the Blues are getting to score. In other words, Tui is taking it from 40 back to Willard. It goes, gets held up just behind 50. And it goes Tui, bit of lag offside. Knockables catches it, makes a good run. Held up at 30 from the 4th. Let's it again. Tui goes at it. What does he do? He gets held up 5th from 30. And it goes Willard. What's he doing with the run? He sends it short. It's going to be fully short. We got 30 seconds. Let's see if the Blues can somehow make it all the way across the field from here, eh? On the way short, let's get it all. Sid Kara goes. Knockables intercepts. This starts for New South Wales. It would be horrendous if they could concede in the last 15 seconds, the Blues. Tui gets held up from 20. Willard goes. Held up at 10. 7 seconds of getting Knockables back across the middle. Oh my god, oh my word. Disaster for New South Wales. They have basically conceded at the last second. Coe has got himself a hat-trick in the first half. He's dancing as well. Crowd gets on the bout. He goes for the immediate conversion, doesn't get through, but that is a massive first half. Massive first half we had from Corey. He's got himself a hat-trick in the first half with 3 crucial tries for the Queensland Maroons. As Tui comes in to take the conversion, he lets it sit straight from the middle, and Queensland last few minutes of the first half. They've not responded big and scored the last 3 tries of the first half to give themselves a 10-point lead ahead of half-time. At Commbank Stadium for State of Origin Game 3, it is New South Wales trailing Queensland 18-28. In other words, it looks like we're going to be skipping this halftime break.
On the interview.
Mars is on the toilet and saying they potentially might be skipping. I assume, we don't know what, but they're going to call a quick 1-minute break. But in other words, this is the Vodoxo Sport with live commentary of the ARL State of Origin series. Do not go anywhere, as we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Lovely thing about together. It goes a long way.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I want to apologise for dropping a couple of viewers for playing Telstra ad or whatnot. We've restarted just in time for the second half of this game, I assume. Tui, I mean, it's on the players, are just taking a while to get ready and all that, but we're not going to be very long. We're only like a few more seconds, but in other words, it's Queensland to do lead by 10 points at half time. At this rate, it looks like it's going to be Queensland that have the State of Origin title for the time being. I don't know what this next 25 minutes awaits, but we'll just hope for the best. On the way it goes again. New South Wales will start with the first possession of the game, as this is the ball man Kafang gets held up at 25, and it goes.
Guys, after the go.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, Vodoxo Sport for life.
Yeah, alright,
See ya.
mate. Alright, well, in other words, don't mind that. I'll see if whoever is in this VC can commentate. Yeah, okay. We're ready to get start. Kansas Fifi. Okay. Okay, up into the air. Why did you call me it? Or the thing that really set that while what I'm doing, just seeing if anyone else is on the commentate. That is working for the first ball and all that. I'll ask. Alright, sing. Hang on. This L-string mode. That's some. Oh, FPKLN, yeah. Whatever, can't really commentate now, obviously, but up into the air it goes. We do have the Blues regaining possession. Mustafa's gone, so I guess it's just me now. Dear Lord. Okay, across the field it goes. Here's Kifang. Good pressure we're seeing from the Blues right away. And it goes. Here is seen. Good pressure we're seeing. Rodri looks like he's going to get held up. He does. Let it see it again, okay, and it goes. There is Sid, he gets held up just right below our logo. Sikara goes, here is Rodri. Rodri gets held up, here is Kifang. Kifang goes back across the field. Sid to Joey, to Levi, to Yolo, he's got, or bands, I swear, I'm gonna stop a game. Mustafa had an actual nickname for him, but I forgot. Sid sends it up into the air, and Kai with a set for the Maroons. Oh, we get points for. Yeah. Okay, that's. We almost had that try there, gone real unlucky. Yeah. Okay, Baines might have it. He does. Wow, look at that. Okay, the Blues, they get a big shot they were needing. Chase goes up and about in chat. What the fuck? Did you see that? Hey, his avatar just glitched out for like a second. Baines comes in. I think he might already have a try at this game. You know, that's his second in the game. Okay, well, in other words, I'm pretty sure that's yeah, this is Sincari's going to be taking this conversion kick. He does get it. Margin is back to 4 points, and we are right back on the edge of our seats. Still like a shit ton of time to go, but we're really back on our seats. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it on. All right. Sure. We're gonna sit again. Tui is gonna be taking it really from where it is. Yeah, 50. So good start it is to the half for the Blues. They get a big try. They were massively needed. We're starting again on the way. Let's get it. Off it goes across the field. Here is Fang gets held up from 20. They go back across the field. Levi Stars goes at it. Had a good run, but gets held up at the 30. They let it sit. Off it goes across the field. That's Sinkara going at it again. Whatnot. Okay, and it goes. Here is Bands. Scored that try just before. Gets past and man recovers with a tackle. They got Sid again. Here is Sin. Gets to 40. And Norkables intercepts for the Maroons, but they do kind of fumble it right away by immediately kicking. It rolls, it hits the invisible wall, and the Blues will be regaining possession from really I'm fucking dumb, aren't I? I didn't know you could do that in rugby. Whatever. Maroons regain possession from 20. Sincara, good pressure. Linky calls flag. And it goes, Knockables almost broke through. A little lucky to defend that. The Blues, Tui, just really a moment away from bursting through. Almost had it. Sincara barely stops him. We're going third from 10. Willard takes it off right away. Just runs straight into Joey. Blues got a lock in. Knockables. It looks like he's breaking through. And the Blues fumble badly. Scrub from 10. That is tragic. Could have easily intercepted it, but it fumbled. So now they've got to take 4 from 10. And it goes to, he gets held up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is there a footy all the way over there? And that try isn't going to count. Yeah. I clearly see this here for a reason. In other words, don't believe what he's saying. I don't think that try is going to count. In other words, apparently the Blues are calling for a penalty. Blues are calling for a penalty. Queensland is saying for a penalty. They call a min, or so it's my fault. We're getting another scrum from 10. I assume it's going to stay at 4th. I'm pretty sure it's going to stay at 4th. So we're getting another scrum at 10. Apparently, it was over like the kits or something like that. Yeah, it was probably over the kits, I assume. Yeah, see it again, I suppose. Linky just takes it off. Play gets resumed all the way from 0. So, yet even more trouble here for the Blues. Really, Ant-Man's going at it. They feel like they're seconds away from bursting, and a penalty has been paid here. Penalty has been paid from the rest. Nope, Roosters just scuffed up. And Ben's at it saying shit that I cannot read. I'm going to take with you. Yeah, hold on. I can't do this with my stream and all that. In other words, so he feels like, I do feel like they're just seconds away from bursting here, the Maroons. We go, Knockables kicks it straight up, 50-50 toss, who gets it, and it's Linky that gets it for the Maroons. New South Wales appeal for an air ball. It is going to be reviewed. They are going to be reviewing the try. But in other words, they are going to be so basically, if you didn't just catch, hold on, well, Linky's missed a good version to not save himself, but in other words, the play is going to be getting reviewed. We'll have a quick look just now, a match replay from our broadcast screen as we do review that. Apparently it's been airball and whatnot. This isn't this play, isn't it? No, it's not this play. Okay, wait. I'm going to check it out, make sure it isn't. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't review it, but basically Musa has called that as an airball. We'll get that replay again. So Knockables kicks it up, and you can see, you don't have the best angle. I just really put it straight up, but it is an airball. The match referee Musa is called. So basically, New South Wales, they are lucky to get away with it. Yeah, look at this. Rodri's just doing a little quirky smile. In other words, the Blues lucky to escape with that. Robbie, it's might be the worst one to dominate or what. Words relates it again. There is Kafang, he gets held up right away. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to sort out some other stuff at the time. Okay, on the way, let's get it again. That's Joey. They are making a couple of good, they are making some good progress. I'll give credit for that for the Blues. Short kick gets to 20 and Willard makes it all the way to 50 it looks like. Oh, he stops at 40. Onwards, we let it sit. Here is Tui again. And it goes across the middle. Look at that. It's actually wide off to Adam. Ant-Man, my bad. And then goes at it again. Here is Tui. Tui gets held up at the 30. We're underway again. Where's this going? H2UI goes at 30. Right out. Ant-Man goes. Here is Tui. Those knockables gets up at 50. Here is Tui, set to straight up into the air, doesn't look promising, and it's Rodri intercepting and resumes play at 10. In other words, Lisbon for okay, well here's Sin Cara going at it again, he gets held up at 35. And it goes, like I said, I'm not going to be like constantly going through commentary applications and all that midstream. I want to focus on this primarily. Actually, why I just did goddamn Sin Cara badly turning it over before he could even kick it, and that is not a good result. Not really a good result we're seeing. So now, in other words, H2UI is going to go out again, really, actually, I was going to restart play with position of the footy again. No, but in other words, Ray is still getting held up. We don't know if HDUI is glitched. No, referee does call a redo from 5, so the intercept won't count. Yeah, that's it again. Alright, on the way. So Sin Cara just immediately launches it towards 30 and gets held up. Let's it again. Well, that's a good run we initially saw from Co. Back to you. Christ, that's us. Tui. Tui goes at it again. Off it goes. He's held up. And then it's it again. Going at it. Let it. Just going at it. On the way. Here we go. Held up. Yup. It goes again. We let it sit. Here is that's Yolo. Yolo gets held up at the 30. Still is heat of time, but it's been very contested. Look next to you, Lindsay says Braden, and yeah, nice one, mate. On the way, let's go again. Oh, look at that, Knuckles intercepts. More disaster coming for the Blues as Knuckle intercepts. And you think they're starting to look, at this rate they're starting to look a little bit fatigued here, the Blues. Who knows? The Blues might be looking a little bit fatigued here as such. Like, they just let a lot of gettable moments slip through and all that. They've just been lucky so far not to concede this half. I might be speaking a little too soon here as the Maroons reach to 10. Willard goes across the field to Tui. Tui goes short dribble to 10. It hits him with a wall and we're starting from 20. Well, as I said there, I feel a little... Okay, whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to be going through commentary applications constantly throughout this entire game as such. And Knockables is intercepted again. That's made things a little worse. Yeah, definitely... I swear, the Blues may be starting to feel a little bit fatigued here as such. Well, Linky goes, runs up to 30, gets held up. Yeah, there's definitely something that's not going well here for the Blues. They're feeling very fatigued. And it goes again. Okay, well, they did actually intercept to save themselves. Good intercept from Kafang. Goes back to Sin Cara, who gets held up at 25. Like I said, they're going to need a big momentum shift right now as such. And it goes, okay. Another tackle gets laid onto Rodri to Sin Cara. Good pressure from H2. Sin goes, Joey can't do much other than boost it. I think one of the players were appealing for offside, not going to count. Willard just takes it back off from 40, back to 2, he gets held up. Got 30 minutes to go in the game, almost reached the halfway mark, and Yolo intercepts. Yolo is an interceptor here for the Blues. Has to be crucial in setting up another try on the way. No turnover, no knock on, no what. Well, there's a bit of controversy going on, whatnot. Tui, I assume that players were renewed. Although it was my intention. I'm tired too. It was my intention, but Linky gets held up. 30. Here's Tui going to 30. Out. Look at this. Good pressure we saw there from Ko. Ko gets held up. Off it goes. Tui gets held up from the second. Lets it sit. Linky goes. Knocker balls held up at the 20. Good defensive pressure was seen from the Blues. Up it goes to the air. Tui lets it not sit very well. The Blues, they do intercepts. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yolo gets it off. Now up again is Ant-Man. All it goes. Okay, up into the air. There is some good pressure. Willard intercepts. We're approaching the 12-minute mark of the game where it starts to get a little bit more serious. Haven't had a little more serious scoring in 12 minutes late as such, but in other words, we're at this stage. I'm really just rivaling the ARL TikTok in terms of concurrent viewers. We picked the 26 at one stage, but since the ARL TikTok is like what, two something thousand viewers. I got 4,000 viewers, 4,000 followers on TikTok. They peaked at 51. They picked at 51 an hour ago. That gradually drops. Tui goes to short. Go on, you take your application. I'm not like doing all this mid-game. Come on, like people are here to hear me talk over a game of Road Rugby. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, mate. Okay, go apply again. Come on. Okay, wow, that was a good run we just saw there from Sin Cara. Alright, well, more valuable time keeps ticking down, so this is where it gets very valuable. This is where play gets very valuable. We let it sit, it gets another strong tackle, it gets laid. There's Joey. Joey goes at it again. Good run he had. The Blues, they're just pushing as hard as they can here. Sin, they go across the field to Joey. Yolo had a bit of space. Boots it straight up into the air. 50-50 toss. It bounces in favour of Willard, who gets it just outside their try zone. Good run from the Blues. Just a little unfortunate to not have it end up in really where their directions were hoping for, but they just can really only defend it further at this stage. Out knock balls to Willard. Tui, what's he going to do? Gets it off the H2 good tackle. He gets held up at 30. Goes across the field to Tui. There's Ant-Man. He gets held up. Good pressure from Yolo. Yolo gets it back off. We let it sit. Here is Tui. Sits it straight up into the air. Underway. And Levi intercepts. And Blues regain from 30. Alright, so you heard that. We have approached the 10-minute mark of this game. It's going to get very close now. We'll have our first reminder for people to join back up on stream. Tell your friends to join back up on stream as we reach the second half, as we reach the second half mark of this half two, as Levi has got a really good run here, but falls short. Okay, 10 minutes to go. Oh yeah, and okay, it's gonna be close. Yeah, that's that. On the way up into the air, it sits 5th from 20. And that's Ant-Man who intercepts. On the way again. Okay, Willard takes a tackle off from 20. He somehow gets it back magically to Ant-Man. Where's he go? Can't get past Bands. He gets held up just past 40. So he goes. Strong tackle away from Sankara. It's really just neck and neck footy we're seeing. So he goes, makes a good run, can't get past further. Good pressure from Joey. Knockables pushes it as far away as he can from their defense as Kifang intercepts from 20. We let that sit again, and it goes across the middle. Some really tight footy we are seeing. Back out the middle it goes. It's some good run we might be seeing here from Levi. Back across the middle to Sid. Sid goes back. Here is Rodri. He's going to get held up at 50. Some good pressure we just saw there from the Blues. And it goes underway. Sid gets held up. We let that sit. Underway. Okay, Joey gets held up. 5th from 40. Short Blues. All they can do is push it up even further. It's a short kick. And it's going to be dropped past our logo 20. Willard does get held up. We let that sit again. Here is Tui. Tui does get held up at 25. Across the field it goes to Knockables. Knockables does get held up. But that's it again. Here is Willard. Willard goes out. Here is Tui. Tui just sends it straight up into the air. Bounces down, is rolling, it rolls, it's not gonna, it might hit the boundary, it does. That's embarrassing a little bit for Levi. Could just run in and intercepted. Yeah, Bands is so bad, you know. Bands it was actually, yeah, they could have just taken it. Why didn't he just like pick it up right away and intercept it? That's it. It's gonna give it a try onwards. That's it from 10. There it goes. Okay, let that sit. Here is Tui going at it from 10. Willard, they almost are breaking through here, the Maroons. The Maroons, they've got a lot of pressure on. Yeah, the Maroons, they're just really looking the best through momentum. Any second they might get it. No. Good defensive pressure from Joey. This is a really tight wash to see. It feels like any second the Maroons are about to burst. Tui goes out to Ko, to Linky. He gets held up by that's Rodri. Here we go, Tui. What's he gonna do? Almost intercepted. It's a tight contest to win, and H2 gets tackled just before he can make any further progressment. The Blues, they're lucky to survive another day, but it still is a tremendously far way out. Sin doesn't get anywhere from 10. It's going. Good tackles late from Knockables. It's getting a lot more closer now. Time is running out for the Blues. We had like a bunch of tries scored in the first half and but it's just the one try to the Blues we've had so far this entire half. It's just been neck and neck footy. Back it goes. Okay, look at this. Kifang maybe out for a bit of a run. Gets all the way up to the State of Origin logo. And it goes. There's not much now that they can do from here, the Blues, but kick it down further. Linky catches it, and they go to Tui, who is held up at 25. And let's see it again. Here is Willard going at it. Willard gets held up. We are actually not looking good. I can order serve on next game. I can hold on. had some missed calls from Mustafa just now. He might be actually ready to come back in. Yeah. Alright, well, in other words, big news. Mustafa's coming back in. Yeah, welcome back, mate. You joined just in
thank
time.
you.
We've got 5 minutes to go. Yeah, 5 minutes to go. We're in for a pretty massive finish.
Yeah,
Let's
just the
lock
New
in.
South Wales Blues have the ball right now. They should do focus on the momentum they had in the first few minutes.
Yeah. Let's lock in now. We're on the commentary.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be 20.
Yeah. No.
It's 20.
Yeah, it is going to be 20, really. Willard takes it off. Time is running out for the Blues. 5 minutes, well, under 5 minutes to go now. This is where the fuse will sort of spike up as we reach that ending bit. Knockables goes, he gets held up around 35. He goes at it again. Cole goes at it for the Maroons. All they can really do now is hold it in as long as they can, the Maroons. Knockables held up at the 50. It's really looking that hopeless now for the Blues. On the way, it sits at the contest. 2 he goes. Knockables, he's going to boot it. You know what he's doing. It falls short, rolls up to 20. At least someone's there to catch it. That is Levi. He gets held up at 20 by Code, just right below the Vodoxo Sport logo. On the way it sits, we let it go out again. Here is Rodri. Can't bust through any gaps. It is genuinely looking hopeless. Short and Sin with a desperate bit of attempt, kicks it over, but falls short. Stands in disbelief as the tackles Willard. Not looking good at all here for the Blues. Short, all the Maroons can do now is look to push even further. And it's really, I think it's probably close enough where they can legally score field goals from now too, can they?
Yeah, they can.
A field goal is not going to be enough for the Blues to stay in this game. Knockables goes, he runs to 25, gets held up. 248. Tui sends it straight up. A 2-on-1 contest forms, and Yellows, thankfully, they're doing a set. But like I said, it's going to take a monumental run here for the Blues or some miracle. Sin goes across the field. Look at this. Joey has a bit of run. He gets all the way up to 40. That's some good momentum. The Blues had to take all their chances right now. Yolo goes. He runs to the other 40. They're pushing all their might here, the Blues. Short Joey gets to 30 from the 4th. Back it goes. Sin. He can't get past further. Levi gets held up from the 30. You think it'd be legal enough to score a field goal? No, they don't go for it as Adam, that's Ant-Man who intercepts from 10. 2 minutes to go in the game. Get the friends to join the stream right now. Anything is still possible in this game of rugby footy, but it's looking very hopeless now for the Blues as the Maroons, they can just look to hold it in a little more. Willard gets held up full from the 30. Out it goes, Tui goes, short, no one is there to stop Tui from smothering. It rolls, Levi intercepts from 20. The try seems really unlikely here. All they can do is push towards halfway. They could throw a field goal. Roger gets held up. Queensland appeal for a penalty, and they're not going to really get it. Third from 30, it looks really scuffed. Sin can't take his ways and gets held up. Well, Joey has to go, gets held up.
Alright, done.
It's fifth for last. Sincara boots it up as far as he can, and that looks like it might almost be indefinitely yet. Queensland had possession with 30-something seconds, or 45 seconds now, really, but they've got it from 30. Short 40 points. Willard gets held up from 40. They're just holding it in right now, the Maroons. Tatsui gets held up 4th. We've got 30 seconds to go in the State of Origin series. Knockables gets held up from halfway. Tui will bomb it. Short. No one is there to smother the kick. Goes out. Levi gets the catch. Out. They have to work together right now, the Blues. They've got to go really all the way to snatch it from the depth.
Oh.
No! That is game over. Knockables intercepts it at the death. HUY runs around knowing he's got it. Goes to the field goal on the hooter, and that does do it. Queensland away from home. They've stunned the New South Wales Blues fans. They've come home strong, and they, well, they said there's 1 second left, but apparently there's like a second left. That's kind of ruined it even more. Ruined that bit of commentary I was about to finish.
There's only 1 more second.
The referees are saying that there's 1 second
It's
left.
full time.
To
There's no point.
Even then, there's 1 second. This would take a fucking miracle for the Blues here. If anything, they'd have to catch it from what, the 40,
And
then
they
go
can't
from
get
one
up.
play. Well, they're just taking it from here, the Blues, and it goes. A field goal is not going to be enough, so they've got to really work for short. Rodri goes out. They look trapped here, the Blues. Bands goes. Runs up to 40, loses stamina, and Levi gets held up. That does the game. The Queensland Maroons, they have stunned Commbank Stadium in front of an away crowd. Queensland from nowhere have come in to seal the season 14 ARL State of Origin series. Santa Commbank Stadium, can you believe it? I don't know why the hell the screen goes back after a little while, but other words, everyone's eating shit, so we can't get a like midfield as such, but that does do it. Queensland, they have snuck it through from the dead with a late win. They snuck it from, and that, my friends, does the State of Origin series for season 14 with Queensland coming out on top by 5 points. It's such a close finish. That, ladies and gentlemen, does do it. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe. Do not go anywhere, as we've got a bunch of stuff planned coming for this ARL final series. And don't go anywhere, alright? Thank you all for watching. Your staff have been a pleasure commentating. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll see all of you for the rest of the series and the rest of the RL series season as well, especially the finals. See all you later.